Near a quiet little village, there stood a dense, ancient forest. High up on a sturdy branch of an old peepal tree lived a tiny sparrow named Cheeni, while the other birds soared across the sky, showing off their dazzling stunts and playful dives. Cheeni would quietly sit in the corner of her nest, eyes filled with wonder. She often whispered to herself, "I wish I could fly like them. Touch the golden sun hiding behind those clouds." But whenever she tried to take flight, her wings would tremble. Within seconds, she'd lose balance and come crashing down to the ground. Every day, the other birds laughed at her. "You fly, you're too scared. Maybe the sky isn't meant for you." Cheeni never answered. She just lowered her eyes, holding back her tears. But every night, she would whisper to herself, "Maybe I am small. Maybe I am afraid, but my dreams are not. And I still believe in me." One morning, Cheeni finally made up her mind. "I will try again, even if I fall. At least I won't quit." She opened her wings, took a deep breath, and leapt into the air, only to fall again, straight to the ground. Once more, the mocking voices echoed around her. "Told you so. Flying's just not for you." The voices echoed again as Cheeni lay on the ground, but this time, she didn't cry. She quietly stood up, brushed off the dust, and sat beside the roots of the peepal tree, silent but not broken. That evening, a wise old parrot perched beside her. He looked into her eyes and said gently, "Falling doesn't mean you failed. The sky isn't won by wings alone. It's conquered with courage. And I can see that courage in you." That night, for the first time, a small smile appeared on Cheeni's face. She whispered to herself, "I may fall again, but I'll rise too, because I believe in me." The next morning, there were no cheering crowds, no eyes watching. Just Cheeni and her quiet dream. She spread her wings, took a deep breath, and jumped once more. This time, she stayed in the air a little longer. She wobbled, but she flew. Yes, she still fell back to the ground, but this time, there was a sparkle in her eyes and a smile on her face. "I flew. Maybe just for a moment, but I did fly." Then one day, the skies darkened. A fierce storm rolled through. The forest, terrified, all the birds hid inside their nests, but while the others hid, Cheeni did something no one expected. She took off into the storm. The winds tossed her around. She slammed into branches, struggled through the roaring gusts. But every time she fell, she rose again, stronger, braver, higher, and when the storm finally cleared, Cheeni wasn't on the ground. She was soaring near the clouds. The same birds who once mocked her for being weak now watched her in silence. The old parrot, standing below, smiled and said, "You didn't win because of your wings. You won because you never stopped believing in yourself. That's real strength." Years later, another little sparrow stood at the edge of a branch, too afraid to fly. Cheeni sat beside her and said softly, "Everyone feels scared, but the one who trusts their heart is the one who truly learns to fly." Moral of the story: flight doesn't come from wings. It comes from determination. People will mock you, doubt you, and try to bring you down. But if you believe in yourself, even after falling, you'll rise higher than you ever imagined.